guess what, YouTube? Today, we're doing the front of the steel braided line upgrade. I was supposed to do this on the last video. I got tied up. I had to leave. And now that I'm here, this is part 2 to the steel braided line install on the Honda CBR650R. Alright, so before we continue, I have to put in a disclaimer. I highly recommend, if you do not know how to do this, to take your bike to a professional. This is the brakes we're talking about. And if you value your life and the substance of life, have your brakes done by a professional. I have some experience with brakes, so I feel I have the confidence to do this video today. Alright guys, so I don't want to make this too tough, because it's not. But the main thing that you want to focus on is getting rid of the brackets that the bike is on right now. So that way when you remove the old brake lines, it's a lot easier for you to do. So the first one I'm going to take off with an 8mm is this one right here. Is that one right there. Then on the bottom down here, you got this one. And then on the other side, there's like a, I don't know what this is called. This is called a T or something. This one. Once you take this one, the other side, and that one in the middle off, all you have to do is just take off the banjo bolts on the both calipers on the front and the one that's up here on the master cylinder. And then the whole brake line itself will just come out of the bike. But I'm gonna bleed it first, just like I did the rear. And then from there, I'll go ahead and remove the actual brake lines and I'll install the new ones. But I have to take this off as well to put new brake fluid. So let me just take this off first. Man, I done scratched up my whole hand. Listen, if you have a bike stand for the fronts, don't use it. I put the bike down, turned the wheel, and now I got plenty of space to put my hand in here to get this bolt off. But before I had the wheel straight, I didn't have any room to get my hand in there to take this little nut off. But yeah, so now it pops right off. Come on. Can't stress enough, keep your OEM parts. Quick disclaimer, if you guys are gonna do this on your own, I highly recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, to take your bike to a professional to have them do your brakes, because this is your life, man. Your life, your bike. But yeah, so let's continue on. Just get this bracket off that I'm planning to reuse with the steel braided lines. I'm just gonna set it aside like that. And then the ones that's on the bottom, these are 10mm. So let me go grab one real quick. Apply a little bit of pressure. Turn. This one. This two. Drive it all the way out. All the way out. All right, guys. So I completely bled the brakes, and all I really got to do now is just take off this banjo bolt, which is already loose. So just take it off. The two bottom ones are also loose, but I don't want to get any of the brake fluid on my fairings, so I'm not going to record this part. And I'm going to just remove the old brake lines. Again, save your OEM parts, and then I'm going to install the new steel braided lines and go from there. All right, guys, so I got the OEM brake lines taken out of the bike. So now what I want to do is I'm going to focus on, I want to take this off. I'll do that after I do the brakes. So I'm just going to put on the steel braided lines. Let me grab those real quick. When I got these, I was a little nervous. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little nervous. I was like, why is this bolt so long? This is not the OEM style bolt. But when I looked at it, it actually goes with this, and it's long because it has to go through both of these. Yeah. Oh, and also it's labeled right caliper, left caliper. I don't think it really matters, but I'll just try to keep it to the calipers. I have the clamp for this one, which was the OE clamp I'm gonna reuse for this part, and then I only have one clamp which I'm gonna use for the right side, because I have that hole there for this right side. I just got to get my hands on a left side clamp, which I'm sure I can find somewhere in my toolbox. All right, so let's install this real quick. I'm gonna run this up to the brake, master brake cylinder, and I'm gonna put the clamps first, and then I'll put the banjo bolts and the brake pads. I mean the banjo bolts and the brake bolts. All right, so real quick, in case you guys are wondering, how does this work? So you're gonna put a crush washer, the brake line, another crush washer, brake line, crush washer, and then the banjo bolt. Just in case you guys are wondering, man, how does this go? This is how it goes. Because you're gonna with this long one, you're gonna get 3 crush washers. All right, so now, see which one is the left side. That's the left side. I don't need this one. I need the right side. So this goes over there, and then this guy goes here. So let me grab that one real quick. Okay, let me see. Hopefully it'll stay. Yep, and then this one. Yeah, come on, baby. No. Yeah, it's not gonna cooperate. All right, so real quick, I just want to show you guys that I have no brake pressure whatsoever, but I got some new brake fluid in there. I put on the banjo bolts on the top. I am using that bracket that was here and the bracket that is here. But on this side, I don't have a bracket for this one. So it's kind of just like, just hanging here. But I'm gonna get myself a bracket for this side so I can put this side on. I'm not gonna cut this. I was thinking about cutting it, taking it off and just letting it hang like this. But no, it needs its own bracket. So I'm gonna get a bracket for this side and then this side should be good. So now let's go ahead and bleed the brakes and that should be the video. Yeah. All right guys, so I wanna close this video out proper. And I just wanna show you guys that the front and rear steel braided lines from a Honda CBR600RR have been installed. I got my brake fluid all the way at the top. And yeah, man, turned out really, really well. I got the bracket on this side, not the other side. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching this Honda CBR650R steel braided line upgrade. And man, when I tell you, I noticed a difference right away with these steel braided lines. Like I said, I take myself to the track all the time. Some of you guys might know what that line right there in the middle is for. Some of you guys may not. But that basically shows how far down the fork compresses. So it's looking like I don't need 50 weight fork oil, which is awesome. I was thinking about doing that next, but somebody told me to just put some zip ties and see how far down it goes. I think it's a great idea. And yeah, man, so I want to thank you guys for watching. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.